Hello, Internet friends. So I looked up We Flipped Virginia Blue, and I found a whole bunch of organizations that are paying their staff to turn states blue around the United States. And they seem to have a lot of money coming from somewhere. Probably, well, gosh, there's so many places that want to fund states turning blue. The Chinese government. I don't know about the Russian government, but definitely the Chinese government is funding them. I found a source. I can't remember where that source was. Then there's Bloomberg. There's just a ton of people pouring money into these organizations, and the staff is paid. See, this is what the clincher is that the staff is paid to work to turn these states blue. People aren't volunteering their time. When you ask people to volunteer, you're going to get, a mediocre effort. But if people are paid and it's their livelihood, they're going to pour their heart and soul into it, especially if they're paid really well. I looked up one, I think it's called Sister District, and they're looking for some position or whatever, and they're paying $4,000 a month. That's pretty darn good if you ask me, and that's salary. So depending on how hard you work or don't work, you get paid that, and it's a new position, so there's not really, it's going to be, something you just fly by the seat of your pants and do. So here we go, you guys. Now we have to sit down and we have to create our own organizations to turn the state blue, because we can't do this on a volunteer basis. We still have to pay our bills. We still have to feed our families, take care of our community. That's how they do it. So anyway, that's the nuts and bolts, you guys. That's how they're turning states blue. That's how they're getting in. And a lot of people who want free stuff, who think that the government is going to protect them, and then all these foreigners that don't even belong here in the first place are getting positions of power. It's just absolutely amazing that you see somebody with a name in the Senate, like in Virginia, you can't even pronounce their name. Why are these foreigners here? Because these young people, they have been lied to, and they've been told that anybody can come here and anybody can be an American, and an American is just an idea. We just have to unravel these lies, you guys. It is possible to unravel this disaster. It is possible to clean up after a hoarder. I know this mess seems like a hoarder created it, and the best thing to do would probably be to burn it all down. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking sometimes. If you've ever had to go and clean up after a hoarder, you always think the best thing to do here is to burn it down. But we're not in that bad of a situation. It's bad, but it's not that bad. And if we model ourselves after how these Democrats are doing this, which is absolutely brilliant if you ask me, but the thing is that people on the right, they don't have a really good message. There's a guy named John Mark, and he talks about propertarianism, and then he's got this guy, Kurt Doolittle, and they're talking about, like, scrapping the current system and putting in a new system. No, we don't need to do that. Our current system is just fine. We just didn't have people to enforce that. That's our problem. A system doesn't enforce itself. The country is made up of people, and people have to enforce it. And then we got to figure out, why is it that people stopped caring? People just became, what's that? Like, they just became flat. They don't care. They want to be involved in their drinking, their football, and I can understand young people who have families. Well, I guess here's the thing too, is that young people just aren't having families like they used to. And so now these young people, they have a lot of time to get involved in these movements. Whereas when I was younger, I didn't have time. I was working. I had a family to take care of. I was a young mom. And now that I'm an empty nester, I have the time to look online and talk to people and get to know what's going on. I'm not really happy with the Republican Party. They're a bunch of wimps, spineless wimps. And in my state, the Republican Party, their motto was be bold, vote red. Oh my gosh, it's just so stupid. And then during the 2016 campaign, I tried to help out the folks that were, the campaign guys who were working with the governor, the guy who was running for the Republican governor, and it was just absolutely amazing. They just didn't care. it seems like they just didn't care. There are people that are running these campaigns. I don't know about on the left, but on the right that I've seen, they're unqualified and they don't care. And, you know, voting for political office, like political office is just a popularity contest. And people who are running for these positions really don't even have any experience. They're just flying by the seat of their pants. And I think because of that, I think that a lot of people who get into positions, you know, like the House of Representatives, like Nancy Pelosi, how many years has she been in there? She's been in there like 40 years or something like that. Because I think that people know that these new candidates don't have any experience, and they're like, well, at least if we vote for Nancy, we know what we're going to get. If we vote in a new guy, we don't know what we're going to get. So that's pretty much the way that's going. All right, internet friends, thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your thoughts below.